interwebs. Hey, welcome back. moralgamer here. Abyss Oddyssey. This is where art meets gaming, and if you have an appreciation for art, this would actually be a great game for you to look into. So, Abyss Oddyssey, how does this one stack up? Worth your time? Let's go. Cutting right to the story, this is a very artistic story. One that I enjoyed the setup here, the premise here. Not the execution, but the premise is unique among video games. So this great wizard falls asleep, and in his slumber, all of a sudden, all the entities and whatnot, the darkness of his dreams come up and roar, and they're attacking humanity and stuff. You just happen to be playing as one of his good deeds or good dreams. The goodness in him is embodied in your character. And it starts out with Katrina, and you eventually unlock a couple other characters, which we'll touch on in a moment. As a setup, though, this is actually really interesting because the Abyss itself is delving deeper and deeper and deeper into this wizard's psyche, into him as a person in a way. And as you get closer and closer to his core, you start fighting bigger creatures and more diverse casts, and as a story, it's great. The downside to this, though, is that the setup is wonderful, but then the game kind of becomes this brawler. It doesn't do as much as you'd expect to preserve the whole notion of this. You're going into the dark dreams of this wizard. And so I'm disappointed in that aspect of it. I really wish they would have done more with that. Benefits of this game, though, is you get to play as one of three characters. Start out with Katrina, and I'm not liking her, but think Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, Final Fight, any of your games out there that are side-scrolling beat-em-up brawlers. Okay? And I'm comparing it to that, even though it doesn't quite fit that motif as well as one would say. You have three types of characters. Your balanced character, which is Katrina. And then you unlock the Ghost Monk by defeating him. Yeah, you got to go down to find the Ghost Monk, beat the snot out of him, and then all of a sudden, I guess I shall join you in your quest. And the Ghost Monk is your power character. He's a little bit more slow, he's a little bit more deliberate, but all of his moves are geared towards power. And then finally, your speed character is Pankoya. And you unlock her by finding the treasure room, and in the fountain, toss all your gold. That's right. Actually, it's a tune of 25,000 gold has to be tossed into the fountain in order to unlock her. Once you unlock her, then she's yours to play as, yada yada. You know how it works, right? What I love about the game is I love not just the way the characters are set up, but the growth of the characters is random. So everyone starts with a projectile move. You know, everyone starts with some type of fireball, or in Pankoya's case, she's got this jellyfish she throws. It's not as useful as it sounds. And so everyone's got that. But as you progress, and my wife and I did a lot of couples gamings on here, and in this one, my wife tended to get, I think it's a deflection move or something like that early on, whereas I got Katrina's dance attack. And my wife always plays a Katrina in this one. She loved Katrina, I didn't. And so, as we both grew our characters, we were getting different moves. And the characters have about, I think 6 total is what we counted the highest. And you can lock on 3 different moves in your setup, which is great because it forces you to choose selectively based on your playstyle. Now, for those of you who are thinking about playing the game, I'm going to give you a strong recommendation. You see in the bottom there of that growth panel, you have something called Cancel. Pump all 3 in that right away. As Pankoya, I found that being able to cancel out all my special moves gave me the ability to chain together larger combos and do more control movement around the screen as far as whatever it was I needed to do. So I could do a staff lunge kick into a flip kick whenever I needed to. Great, wonderful. I mean, it worked out very well for me being able to cancel one special move and go straight into another. Excellent. Strongly recommend you pump that. Additionally, the levels. Level design is procedurally generated. And there's a lot of perils that you need to keep and wear. But level design start out with just your basic dungeon, you get into plant zone, you get an ice zone. It's not as varied as I'd like, but at the same point, it's interesting enough. And of course, all 3 levels, no matter what path you choose down to the abyss, you're always going to end up at the same place. But your adventure is different. And you want to check the map frequently, because there's a gold room that moves around. That's not only where you unlock Pinkoya, but that's a great place to restock. Stock up a little bit, get more energy, get whatever you need prior to going into the next areas. And since it's procedurally generated, I've even had it where that was the 3rd room down. That was really nice. Bosses move around. There's these question mark stages where you switch and you play as another character that you never chose. And it's like, I don't know what's going on here. But beating those levels will unlock some alter egos that you can play as well. It's really cool the way they set this up. So I'm a big fan of it. Even though it's procedurally generated, which some people hate, it's nice because the game is straightforward enough to no matter what happens, you have options. Now, I'm going to give you some warnings. The choices you make in the abyss determine how you start your next delve into the abyss. And so you can make, as they call it, a pact with Satan. Yeah, there's this devil dude who pops up every now and again playing a violin. And no, this is not Georgia. He will offer you the ability to give you help. He'll give you some type of epic item. Sometimes it's a camp token, sometimes something else, in exchange for permission to hunt you. And what that means is, next time you start out, you're going to have to fight a manticore. Yeah, and it's freaking hard to beat the manticore if you're not ready for it. So, accept his help at your own peril. That would be my recommendation. Additionally, camp tokens. I should mention those because camp token allows you to place and make base camp at different levels of the abyss. The further down you are, the more you want to use a camp token, because every time you leave the abyss, usually when you die, you end up at the top and you lose all your weapons, all your items, all your camp tokens, alter egos. Everything's gone. All your equipment and items gone. So, at least you get to keep your XP, but you gotta start all over, which really, really, really sucks. Is this the right game for you? Gamer standpoint, I very much enjoyed Abyss Odyssey. It was great playing with my wife. We had to turn off friendly fire because after My Wife and Zombies, I learned that friendly fire off is the way to go when playing with her. Love you, honey. But you wouldn't get register online. Still, without friendly fire off, it is fun. I had issues turning around sometimes, and some of the movements were just a little tricky at times. It's like the game just wasn't responsive. And it's not the controllers, because the controllers actually are very responsive when I'm playing Tekken, when I'm playing Street Fighter 4, or even Dead or Alive 5. So it's not the controllers, but it definitely is something about the game. It takes an extra second to turn around. I didn't like that. Overall, though, great game. I would strongly recommend this. It goes on sale fairly regularly on Steam, and check PlayStation 4 Network and any other places where it's sold. I would say this is a good game to add to your collection. Definitely worth your time from a gamer standpoint. Morally, though, and this is where the game is certainly overt, obviously you're dealing with a lot of magic usage. A lot of magic usage, a lot of demonology. After all, it's demons coming out of the sorcerer. And you have to fight them all. Elemental creatures, mythological creatures, the whole gamut of it. You're dealing with weapon violence, of course. There's gun violence. And Pinkoya, guys. Pinkoya. I mean, that white skin-tight suit looks not much left to the imagination. But yeah, so issues with any of that, though. Obviously, you wouldn't want your kids playing it. And then, also making pacts with the devil, stuff like that, and making, and then, what's the other one? Some alcohol references and stuff like that. Definitely people dying. Issues there, no go. Otherwise, hey, moralgamer here, moralgamer.com. Like, subscribe, comment, share. Gameplay channel, review channel, links below. And as always, you like what you see, buy the game. You don't like what you see, well, Thanks for watching. We hope to see you next time with another review. Maybe it will be something you like. Maybe it won't. Stay tuned to find out.